I'm gonna be going over my plays, my callouts that I called out in the Discord. Um so yeah, first and foremost, I got in my first play 5 minutes after market opened. Called out Tesla 182 calls at 102 at 9:35. So I got in Tesla, kind of my mindset going into Tesla, right? I was seeing that Tesla had a small gap up pre-market, right? So my bad, guys. I just ate, so excuse me. So yeah, so I seen Tesla gapped up pre-market. Obviously, if I looked at the 15-minute EMA, right? Kind of dipped at the open. I told myself, right? This is, if you guys know a little bit about my strategy, I love 4 hour insights. That allows me to enter a trade. Um yeah, so right here I told myself, because I seen Tesla above my 4 hour inside. It was above, right? So I told myself, if it came down, right, and it breaks out my 4 hour inside again, I am going for calls, right? Not only that, I have this bullish pattern that I have, right? It was a trend line. It would be a trend line break, right? So all I did, I had these TPs of my previous lower highs. If you look at the 5 minute, I entered Tesla right here on this candle. I seen my VWAP. I seen it close above my VWAP, and I decided to enter calls right here. And yeah, it went. This Tesla play was very textbook for me. Not only that, if you've seen my previous video, I said that I wanted Tesla swings. Obviously, I ended up getting out for a minor loss of negative 20%. So I just decided to close that out, and then I said if it gives me my entry tomorrow, I'll enter, right? So yeah, we made up that loss from yesterday at the end of the day on Tesla, because we ended up making 140%, right? We hit 140% on these. Um, like I said, it held all my EMAs. The 15-minute, look how it was above EMAs is here. Is I was getting entry, and yeah, I ended up going my way, right? But yeah, this overall was a great trade. Like I said, we ended up selling around here at my second TP for 140%, and this is a great example. If you let greed get to you and you wanted, for example, to continue to hold right after you were probably up 100%, I don't know why you didn't trim at least, right? But if you were bag holding to, let's say, this gap up here, this is a great example of where greed will get the best of you, because right after that, Tesla broke above my second TP, right? I ended up getting all out, came wicked above, almost reached 183. And yeah, and it took the whole move back, right? So this is a great example. If you were one of those greedy people that at least didn't trim and held all the way through, thinking that Tesla was going to continue to go up, you didn't take no base hit, you didn't trim, you didn't do nothing. Tesla taking it all back is all on you, right? Because you decided to let greed get to you, right? So yeah, overall Tesla was a nice call out. Um yeah, I ended up going my way. This was about I want to say like a 30-minute trade. 30-minute trade, right? And then at 9:49, I put my stop loss to break even, meaning that it's a free trade from here, right? So even if it does pull back, it's okay, guys. Like, we're not losing, we're not gaining or losing, right? Because we're back to the original spot where we bought at, and we're exiting our position, right? So that's what I mean when I say free trade from here. And obviously this is one of those trades that um if you did what you had to do, which for me is I take 40% and I'm in runners, right? Meaning that 95 of my position is sold, right? So right here, when I say free trade from here is, okay, you just sit back, relax. You don't really got to worry about nothing because you have your stop loss at break even. If it decides to run, it's going to run, right? And this is a nice example here. Yeah, we ended up hitting 140%. We exited our full position at 10:08 a.m. So, yeah, it was a good 25-30 minute trade. And it was one of those that went our way, right? Now, later on in the day, I decided to give Appl calls. Decided to get in Appl calls, right? Um at 129, right? I want to kind of tell you my mindset on this, right? So, I seen Appl have this pattern, this bullish pattern. Now, I didn't take calls right here just because I don't really like taking patterns off smaller time frames, right? If this was a 15-minute, 30-minute, I probably would have took it, but I guess on the 15-minute it was nice too. But yeah, I ended up taking calls right here at 191.85. I was looking at the momentum here, right? So I seen it cross right here. I think we're gonna continue to go up and eventually break that 4 hour inside. And then up here would have been my break of structure. So by the time we would have trimmed, we would have been in runners, right? And by the time it would have broke out, we would have been in runners. So yeah, I seen it form this 15-minute fair value gap. I decided to put my stop loss right there just in case it did come back. It's letting me know if it invalidates that fair value gap. There is obviously sellers there, right? So, um, yeah, I ended up getting in. It did give me 12%. I did take a small trim there, but overall, when it came back, I was still almost fully in my position. So, I lost about 120 on this trade. But yeah, overall, my biggest mistake here was once again not letting my entry get to me, right? And I even had an alert here. Um, I got greedy, wanted to get early entry, and it kicked me in the butt again, right? So, um, overall, I only took a 20% loss on this. And then like as you see early in the morning, a bigger factor in trading is letting greed get to you, because why did I take a second trade if my first trade gave me 140%, right? It's all in your mind, it's all in your head about being too greedy. As you guys can see, I had no business taking a second trade because not only did it not alert me or trigger my entry, I hit on my first trade 140%, right? What else do I want? So, yeah, guys. Tesla is a great example of, like I said, if you bag held and continue it to want to go up and like greed got to you, then Tesla kicked you in your butt, right? Because it took the whole move back. Just my 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 advice to you is just take those base hits. If the trade runs, it's gonna run. Even if you don't fully exit your position, keep trimming once at least 10%. Let's say it hits 20%, you trim at 30, and so on, right? But build those good habits, guys, because I'm telling you, greed is your worst enemy in the markets. If you don't know how to trim, if you don't know how to manage your position, it's gonna really get to you, guys. So yeah, guys, like I said, take those base hits, build those good habits. Yeah, I hope you guys understood my analysis and my point of view of what I was seeing on when I took these both plays. Obviously one went to the moon and the other one didn't go my way fully, right? So yeah, I hope you guys understood this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to add me in the chat, and yeah.